Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review of the Korean drama One Ordinary Day. Now, I'm just going to make this intro quick. This episode was just like episode 2, pointing fingers at HyeonSu. That's nothing new. Now, thanks to the media, everyone, including the prisoners, hate him too. Hey, what's up guys? Hey, before I begin the review, I just want to say this. Thank you so much for enjoying my videos. Don't forget to like my videos, comment down below, and overall, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss any new videos I upload pretty much every day. So for this episode, we do see HyeonSu's time in prison. He has to go through the typical protocols: name, gang affiliation, strip him down to butt naked, check for anything, and they check everywhere. You know, put on the gloves, tell him to bend over, check his little booty hole, poke a finger in there. It's not a prostate exam. And yeah, you know, that's how it is. And they put him in prison's clothes. They put him in a prison cell. And he does have cellmates. One, he has anxiety. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the same actor who also gets killed in Hellbound by the Death Angels. The first death in that show. And the one with anxiety, he does get picked on by a gang at the prison called the Beko Gang. And his other cellmate, he's pretty much the Sonbe there. We also get an introduction of another character. His name is Do Ji-tae. He's the lion of the northern prison. He's pretty much the big shot at the prison because at one point in this episode where the gang was picking on the one with anxiety, but then when some of the members was threatening HyeonSu with a blade that they made from a razor blade and a toothbrush, they were threatening him, but then they stopped after I think it was either Ji-tae or another member who whistled. But it didn't matter who whistled, the attention was on Ji-tae telling them, yo, stop. And then you got the media reporting the murder case, not only telling the public what happened, but also showing HyeonSu's face. And of course, the prisoners, they're watching TV. They see HyeonSu calling him a scumbag. And if that wasn't enough, you got the Beko gang and a security guard luring HyeonSu to a room so they can pretty much torture him. They hung him only for a bit. And then towards the end of this episode, later on that night, while everyone is asleep, HyeonSu wakes up and he finds a body hung in front of him. He freaks out. He's calling out his sunbae to look at what he's looking at. And the episode ends with HyeonSu getting beat up by the guards only because he ran away. I'm going to talk about that. We know how HyeonSu is. We know his character. This whole situation is a first for him. Going to prison, being accused, death. He's gonna act flustered. He's gonna have his own anxiety. But the fact that he's acting that way is making the situation worse for himself. It's bad enough that the public is accusing him as being a murderer. It's bad enough that he's in prison. It's bad enough that he has a gang on his ass now. But the fact that he ran away because of that situation towards the end of the episode, he got beat up by the guards and again is making the whole thing worse. Later on in this drama, I hope that HyeonSu changes more and be more, I'm trying to find that word, not freaking out so much, and hopefully spending more time with Ji-tae would make him a lot more tougher. And then while HyeonSu is in prison, Jung-an is actually trying his best to prove that HyeonSu is not guilty. He even went back to the crime scene, tried to find some evidence. He did find a name to be very suspicious. The name was Yoon Hyo-jung. I'm trying to see if there's any theories behind the name or something, but maybe a friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know. And then later on, Jung-an does meet up with SangBeom and he asks SangBeom, why do you think that HyeonSu is guilty? And this, in my opinion, was actually a powerful scene from SangBeom. So he says that HyeonSu had chances to come clean, but he didn't. And he actually made a list of the times that he could have come clean, but instead he did something else. So he said that he found the girl's dead body. He could have called the police. He tried to hide the evidence, the knife. He went to the police station and kept asking, is the girl dead? Plus the DUI. And his behavior was very off. Even that one clip on the security cam where HyeonSu was at the police station, he was trying to walk out, but then he got flustered a bit and walked back. Jung-an even said, well, if it was a professional murderer, that person would have just bolted out the station like that. But HyeonSu, again, he was flustered, so he was trying to bolt out, but then he came back. So SangBeom adding all of these components, plus HyeonSu was panicking and flustering, and he has 30 years of experience. He knows that HyeonSu is guilty. It's hard to say. In the first episode review, I did say maybe he did do it, maybe he didn't. But only one way to find out, and that is just to keep watching the drama. And man, I'm just curious how things are gonna unfold with only total of 8 episodes. And again, this was a powerful scene by SangBeom. He even said that HyeonSu is an evil in disguise, and he was pretty much spitting out facts. And then we get to another lawyer. Her name is Mi-kyung. She wants to work on HyeonSu's case surprisingly for free, which makes sense. Now, some people may see it as suspicious. You're not wrong. But the fact that she's very successful, her law firm is very successful, she has a lot of money. So for her to offer her service for free, yeah, she could do that. As opposed to Jung-an, who, well, first, she calls him a third-rate lawyer, and looks like he doesn't have a lot of money in his pocket, so it makes sense for him to charge a fee for his service. And here's the thing, he did charge HyeonSu's parents, 70,000? He was thinking dropping it down to 60, but then his final offer was 50, and then they did sign it. So, I mean, in the end, one successful, one not really, but yeah. So now HyeonSu has a new lawyer, which I do feel bad for Jung-an. I mean, he's the only person that actually went out of his way to try to find evidence. He was the only person who said that HyeonSu is not guilty. And he was the first one to say it. So yeah, I kind of feel bad for the guy. And even though he did said that his service requires a fee, I mean, he did feel bad for the parents. I mean, he dropped from 70,000 to 50,000. So yeah, feel bad for the guy. And plus, he was the only one that actually visited HyeonSu while he was detained, and no one else other than his parents. But yeah, he was the only one. This was a good episode. We got to see HyeonSu's time in prison, which was pretty rough. I mean, with the gang, the security guard, this whole thing is a first for him. So I can only imagine what's going through his head mentally. And hopefully a character development is there for him because, we know he's a good guy, but sometimes you can't be soft all the time. You got to be a rock, you got to be steady. And hopefully spending time with Jitae will make him a lot more tougher or make him one of the big shots in prison. Who knows? I do have some questions though. What led Jung-an into helping HyeonSu in the first place? Because remember, he was the first one that came in and said, hey kid, I'm going to help you. But also Mi-kyung is up there too, because out of all of the lawyers that wanted to help him, no one except for Jung-an. But here comes Mi-kyung and said, hey, I'll do it for free, which is pretty questionable. So they both have good intentions. It's just that their intentions is a little iffy, I kind of think SangBeom is going to be one of those cops who are really devoted in their jobs, and because they've done it so many times and they've been doing it for the majority of their lives, they know what's what. And if HyeonSu is innocent, I think he's going to be proven wrong and maybe look like a fool. And yeah, I'm going to leave it here. If you guys have any guesses on if HyeonSu is innocent or if he's being framed or something like that, leave it in the comments below. I really want to know. And yeah, that's pretty much it on the episode and my review. If there's anything I might have missed, please leave it in the comments below. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.